Alright, so I think I got this figured out. This app is sketchy, man. You gotta get it just right for this live stuff. Second YouTube live video here. Yesterday I was on the Sonic, not as exciting as this. I've been having people asking what's going on with the Impala, and I've been driving it off and on for roughly a couple weeks. And if I go through the different issues, little foibles I've had with it, the first update I had the wrong alternator. Swapped it out for the OEM one. It is rebuilt, better than ever on there. And I still have the small V8 one from the Caprice that ended up on this car somehow. Alright, so as far as engine goes, the only couple things I have, we'll say, left that are issues. Got a very small oil leak behind I want to say it's the back of the intake, which if you look there, and you've ever done these before, you know, not exactly an easy chore, but, you know, it's definitely trickling out the back a little bit, so I got to screw with that. Another thing I had, the K&N intake here, we'll say this coupler here, that took a dump on me. It was an original from like 99, so I got a new one from Summit, fixed that. Also decided to ditch the Granatelli mass airflow sensor and went with the F-body one, had that tuned in for the PCM as well. And I thought that would fix it, but I've got a very low RPM stumble, under 2,000 RPM. It's running like garbage. It's idling, it's not dying or anything, but it's definitely not running perfectly. Swapped out the map sensor, thought that might do it. That didn't fix it. I checked for different leaks. I checked the plugs. Can't really find much of anything. Checked the intake air temperature sensor. So yeah, you know, I'm kind of stuck right now with this low RPM stumble. The big thing though, man, let me see. Here we go. The big thing though that in Ohio here, what we have is the E-Tech, and what that means is it has to pass an emissions check. And for a while there, every car you actually had to run it on the rollers. It looked like a little mini dyno, and then they stuck a big pipe in the tailpipe, and they read your carbons, your different things. This thing would not pass for sure, I guarantee it. So, but what they changed a few years back was they basically just plug into the port under the dash and check engine lights. To top it off, they even have some now that are like 24/7 kiosks. So I went Friday, I ran it, and in the kiosk, nobody was around, and it failed, even though I have no check engine lights, no issues. So I was like, oh crap, this thing. I mean, because when you hear this thing run, I can't run it now because everybody's asleep above me. You just would flag somebody for sure. So I took it again tonight to the kiosk, and I actually passed, which is just so awesome because it's probably going to be one of the last times this has to go through E-Check. It's like 25 years and you're exempt. So pretty much done with that. So I'm passed. I can get a license plate now. I don't have to use a temporary tag anymore. I wanted to show you though that this one thing though that I've been working on it took me weeks to get this all ironed out. I'm going to flip the camera here. Surprisingly not the engine. Flip this here. Apologize for my lack of YouTube live skills. Little dark in here, but went with the details double DIN kit inside the car, and oh my gosh, this just makes the car a million times better. As far as getting rid of the stock unit down here, doubled in on top, and I have a video series online. I'm not going to run this too long because I'm going to drain my battery from the electric water pump. Kind of hear it there. Alright, so, hey Joe, what's up? You would have stuck with factory radio. Honestly, I did. I swear I did. I had the one factory radio unit down there below with the Bluetooth, but honestly, this is just so much better. I talked earlier about the stutter with the gas. I'll hit it again here in a minute, though. Apple CarPlay, it's just so much cooler. And the details.com, they offer these kits now, which it's totally the whole lower dash, everything was done. So all I had to do was modify the inside to fit this, which didn't really ruin the insides of the car or anything like that. So, and then I did this. There's not really a spot to put a USB port, so I kind of bought an extra binnacle here. Apologize for my bad lighting. And I put the USB and HDMI right there, which is going to be nice because I run my phone up on the windshield on like a little mount there for Waze and whatnot, so it's going to be a perfect little jumper right from there to there. So that's what's been going on. I do have one final video to show this installation and whatnot, what's left on this radio, but that's what's going on with that. I did want to show this too. I've got coming in the mail some new door pulls, some billet guys to go on there, so that's going to happen. Another thing I did during while it was down and out, if you look, I'm kind of pointing here, got rid of the chrome around the window. Let me back up here, I'll show you if I don't trip on all my daughter's stuff. So no more chrome around the windows, just trying to modernize a little bit. And then finally, I'm gonna do a little window tint action because I think it needs it. Had another question about the gas on there, and yeah, I still have a little stutter. But I've kind of got an interesting announcement as far as what I'm going to do on this car here. I'm starting to ramble and I'm going to wrap this up here. The one thing everybody says, and you pose the question, what's the one thing that's always the problem on these LT1s? If you know, you can comment, but OptiSpark. That's the one thing. I have the MSD unit in there, over the valve cover wires, and MSD coil. You always wonder about it, and it's the one thing on this car that makes me nervous. If you look up Torquehead, Torq-HEAD, they make an unbelievably cool setup. There you go. Yeah, you got it, Opti. It eliminates the OptiSpark. And I know, I'm sitting here looking at this. Let me just show you here. I mean, it's buried back in there behind the water pump, and I mean, you can see all my wires, the time it took me to set all this up, to get it done, just to get it all perfect, a new OptiSpark vent line, everything. This kit gets rid of all that stuff. And I'm not saying it's going to fix my problem, but I will say on this car, for reliability, for my peace of mind, I'm about 90% sure I want to do this setup here on this car, which would just get rid of so many weird things on this LT1. So, and I mean, the MSD is a nice unit. It seems to be working decently, but yeah, I don't know. So that's what's going on here. Yeah, they're an issue on honestly every LT engine. It's a hit or miss thing. It's like there's no rhyme or reason. And I want to do it, but the way it's going to be done here on my channel, it's going to be done like a 2, 3, 4 part installation, just a chronicling of how this thing works, because it's pretty darn cool. It's using Delco coil packs, it's using short jumper wires for the spark plugs, it's sensors that you can get off the shelf from wherever, so if you break down somewhere, you're not like you stuck into some exotic part that's unbelievably impossible to find. So very, very cool, the prospect of it, but it's once again, I'm tearing apart this stuff that I haven't even driven this car 400 miles. I think I just hit 500 miles on the new engine. So finally, costly, out the door sticker price like $1,500 for that thing. Yeah, so I mean, it's not cheap. It's definitely a commitment, which I do plan to drive this car a while, so I mean, that's kind of weighing in my brain there is, yeah, that's something that, if you're going to do this and sell the car, it's kind of pointless, but if I plan to drive this for a number of years, which that's the plan, it'll definitely be worth it. Coming up this week, though, I am going to do a fuel pump. I got a Wahlberg unit with a hot wire kit from Racetronics to put in there, so that could be a potential issue, too, with the low RPM issue, but I've done so many things. Check the plugs, fuel filters, sensors, look for vacuum leaks. I mean, other than taking it somewhere and saying, hey, can you figure out this issue? Because my skills are, a solid B-, which somebody that knows LTs a little better might be able to figure it out. So yeah, that's the live update there. This is very unedited, very quick, If you have any questions on what's happening, post it in the comments. But yeah, that's where it is. It's definitely, I've been driving so for off and on. I haven't. Let me put it this way: I haven't fully committed to driving it because I don't have a car seat in there yet for my daughter to take her to and from. So the days where I don't have to take her to the sitters, that's the days I've been driving it. But once it's all ironed out and perfect, it's definitely going to be daily this summer. Oh, I forgot to say, I got the AC charge too. New condenser, compressor, receiver dryer, everything, all the lines all changed, and it's holding a charge, and I have AC again in the old 96 here. So, yeah, that's the latest. So thanks for watching. If you're a subscriber, appreciate that. If you're not, go ahead and subscribe because there's going to be more from this for sure. It's getting winding down, but I do have some little things I'm going to do over the next few months. So thanks again, rubbercitymotoring.com. Check it out. Got a lot coming, product reviews, different things like that. Got some Subaru stuff. I know that's not popular with the Impala people, but it's my winter car, so I'll be posting some things with that. Yeah. All right. See you next time. Thank you. Audio gets real loud when you switch. Oh, does it? Okay. I don't know. iPhone 7 Plus. I'm not sure why it's different, but yeah, it is what it is. It's live, man. So, all right. See you guys later. Thanks.